What's going on, everybody? It is Pip Surfer, and I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is still kind of scratchy, but at least it's coming back slowly but surely. So I am going to attempt to do a video update today, just because I thought today was a very wild day, and I know there were probably going to be a lot of questions, and so I figured it'd be best if I did an audio and video update so that I could address some of those questions. So first thing we do, as always, is we're going to go ahead and check out our 4-hour chart, and this is where we're going to check out our trend for the day. So I'm going to go ahead and enlarge it, and you can see that we have a lot of craziness going on right here. But I'm going to zoom back to yesterday, and this was the 8 a.m. candle yesterday, March 18th, and this closed at 12 p.m. So our trend yesterday stayed down the whole day, but at the end of the day we got a new trend change candle that changed the trend from down to up. So that's what happened there. But if we go forward, you can see that the very next candle we got a sharp move back down, which actually caused the moving averages to cross back down. But you can see here that even though RSI is below 50, stochastics are still trending up. So this is not a valid trend change candle. So up to this point, we still have an uptrend. Now what you got to do at this point is wait and see what happens on the next candle. If the next candle continues in the same trend, then we should see stochastics cross down, and if that's the case, then we will have a new trend change candle. So if I move forward again, you can see that stochastics did end up crossing down, and RSI is below 50, and this is 4 p.m. candle yesterday. So after this candle closed, then we can officially say that the trend is down. It's not after this purple candle, but it's after this 4 o'clock candle yesterday. So now we have a downtrend, and if we go forward again, we'll see that we have yet another moving average crossover, which could be a potential trend change candle. So we'll look at our RSI, and we'll see that RSI is above 50, but if you go to stochastics and you zoom it up a little bit, you'll see that stochastics did not cross. Officially and technically, the stochastics are still trending down, which means that our trend is still down. So now what we're going to have to do is wait for the next candle and see if the price continues to move up, and if it does, then stochastic should end up crossing up, and then we'll have a valid trend change. So let's see what happens on the next candle, and you can see that the price quickly moved back down, and so the trend never changed, and it actually stayed down this entire time. So from this candle right here, this next candle, from this one we had a new trend change. The trend remained down even though we had this crossover to the upside. Okay, so this was the entire day. The entire day actually, officially, and technically stayed down the trend. So today we only looked for short trades. Now I know that's a whole lot of confusion, and if you got confused, just rewind the video and maybe you can make some sense out of my mumbling. So let's go ahead and go back to our 15-minute chart. So we've decided that our trend is down, and we are only going to look for short trades. So now I'm going to move this back to about midnight. And the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and check out which news events we want to watch out for. So I'll go ahead and bring in my Baby Pips calendar, and we'll see that right here we have the MPC meeting minutes, and that was at 5:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that was the one thing we wanted to watch out for today. Nothing else really was crucial. So 5:30 is really the only time I'm going to watch. And so now we can go ahead and begin our day. And remember, we're only looking for short trades. And here we'll see that we have a nice moving average crossover to the downside, and RSI is well below 50. You'll see that stochastics are trending down, and MACD went from negative to positive. So you can see it went from I'm sorry, it went from positive to negative. So you can see that right there. So that's a valid signal, and we would enter as close as possible to the close of this candle. This is at 1 a.m. So this closed around 1:15, and the close is at 2.0080, and we're going to put our stop at the most recent swing high, which is about right here at 2.0123. Okay, and the close is at 80. So the nearest 50 or 0 level is right here, and that's about 30 pips away. So that makes a good target. We're going for about 30 pips, which is pretty good. So we'll keep our target there at 2.0050, and then we'll just go ahead and continue on. Okay, we can see that price begins to turn on us. So you can see that it's not really going our way. We actually end up getting stopped out right here. This was at the 3:15 candle, and you can see that I got stopped out. So that was a bummer. But you know, you just got to keep moving on. So we'll just keep going, erase that from our minds, and just keep moving forward. Remember, we're still only looking for short trades. All right, and we'll just keep moving forward. And here we have. Here we have another crossover right here to the downside, and you'll see that RSI is below 50, stochastics are trending down, and MACD was positive and it was losing value. So this makes a valid trade right here. The thing right now that you have to consider is that, if you remember, this candle, by the way, is at 4:45, which means that it closed at 5 o'clock in the morning. And if you remember from our news, when we looked at our news calendar, that we had the MPC minutes coming out at 5:30, so that was about 30 minutes away. So you have to ask yourself, is it worth getting into this trade, you know, to see if you can get something before, you know, the minutes come out at 5:30, which is only 30 minutes away from this point. So this is kind of a judgment call that you have to make. I really don't like getting into trades very near any major news events. And if you would look at this, you could see that even if we entered at 2.0086, our risk would be very high if we went to the most recent swing high right here, which is 2.0152. So that's a pretty big risk, and the trade, you know, would really only last about 30 minutes because I would close it before the meeting minutes. So unfortunately, I did not enter this trade, and you can see that you know, if you did, your target actually would have been hit on the very next candle. So you know, that's kind of unfortunate that it happens. And here you have the actual meeting minutes right here, the 5:30 candle. And so you can see that after the minutes, the price really just dropped on the cable. And if you happen to enter it, then your target would have been hit on the very next candle. Like I said, it's a judgment call. It's really up to your risk tolerance. You know, every trader is different. If you're aggressive, then you would have taken it. If you're kind of like me and, you know, so laid back, and I really, you know, I'm not so antsy to jump in unless I really have a good, you know, signal going and a good feeling about it, then if you're like me, then you probably just sat that one out. So unfortunately today for me, it was just a loss. That first trade that we had was a loss, and I wasn't able to make it back up. But you know, I take it in stride, and I'm not too bummed about it. Of course, I would like to win some pips, but you know, there's always tomorrow. So that's pretty much it for today. Everything else was pretty much straightforward. There were no other signals, but if you have any questions, you know, feel free to post on the forums. I try to answer as many questions as I can, but hopefully you're getting better at your trading, and hopefully the system is helping you out and grabbing some pips for you. All right, well, I will see you all tomorrow. Have a great day and happy trading. Peace.